Hello there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're back again, coming through looking at the Avatar Last Day Midnight sets. I'm recording this before the pre-release weekend, so I know I went to a pre-release this weekend, so I hope you did too and had fun. I have no idea how I've done because it's recorded quite a way in advance of the pre-releases, but you know, it's pre-release. It's got to be better than Spider-Man was, hasn't it, really? Anyway, today's card is one of the ones I've been looking at for a little while since it's been spoiled, and it is Iroh Grand Lotus, 3 green, blue, and red for a 5/5 human noble ally. Has fire bending too, so you know when it attacks, you can add 2 red mana to your mana pool and use that money there. Yeah, use that mana there and then to do something with if you want to. It goes at the end of combat, but the best part of this are the next two abilities on Iroh. During your turn, each non-lesson instant and sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback, and the flashback cost is equal to that card's mana value. Yep, that's alright, that's okay, that's fine. But then, during your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback 1. Not, you know, reduced by 1 or anything like that. 1. 1 generic mana to flashback your lessons during your turn. Okay, then there's a lot of lessons, and it's time to do some learning, I think. So here we go. Here's what today's deck looks like. Hope you enjoy this one. So, 29 creatures in the deck to kick off with. Kicking off with Doc Orlok, the Grizzled Genius from the Outlaws of Thunder Junction, because, you know, spells you cast from your graveyard or from exile cost 2 less to cast. So with Doc in play and our commander in play, our lesson cards we can play for free. Yeah, okay then. That looks good. A little bit of help with the casting of our spells from the Goblin Archomancer and the Goblin Electromancer. And then we have the Hermetic Herbalist in. Add 1 mana of any colour. Or we can tap it and add 2 mana in any combination of colours, but we can only spend that mana to cast lessons. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Prismari Apprentice in to give us that little bit of bonus with the Magecraft, so we can chuck some +1/+1 counters or make it unblockable if we've cast anything with, well, +1/+1 counter if it's 5 or more, basically. Anything else means it just can't be blocked, so yeah, get your damage in. The Quandrix Apprentice is also in as well. When we cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, look at the top 3 cards of our library, find a land, put it in a hand, the rest go on the bottom. Stormcatcher Mentor comes in because we want to cut the cost of our instant sorceries down entirely. And then Third Path Iconoclast is in just to give us some tokens to block with. A bit like having the Young Pyromancer in as well to give us those elementals when we cast our instants and sorceries. And obviously the third one that always turns up if you're playing, you know, blue and red, basically is Gutter Snipe. Yeah, just shock everyone as we cast our instants and sorceries. Mocking Sprite gives a bit of flying fun and also cuts the cost of our instants and sorceries. And then the Pledge Mage. This one is nice. Cast an instant or sorcery, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on it permanently. Yeah, this can get big quickly. Spectacle Sage is also in. Instant sorcery spells you cast with mana value 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast. And we only have a few of them in, but it's still worth having here for the ones we have got, so it's here. Uncle Iron comes in as well. You know, might as well have the Uncle version and the Grand Lotus version to make sure our lessons cost even less to cast. Vadrik, Astral Archmage, comes in to do the whole night and day switching around and cutting the cost of things down again. Varen, Voice of Duality, is also in as well. Let's just trigger things twice if we can. Archmage Emeritus gives us card draw when we cast our instants and sorceries. Ashling means our unspent red mana doesn't disappear. And we can do the whole discard a card, draw a card, deal 2 damage, or get a whole load of mana. Elemental Expressionist also makes an appearance. Choose target creature you control until the end turn if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it elsewhere, and you get when you exile this creature you get a 4/4 blue and red elemental creature token, which can have its benefits, I'm sure you can agree. From there, Retriever Phoenix, because, you know, this does have a little bit of fun. Now, you may reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game, put it in your hand, or discard a card to draw a card. So, yep, we'll probably be doing a lot of discarding with this one. But, yeah, it's here. I just wanted some bit of fun, and I like the Phoenix artwork, so it may not be any good in the deck. But hey, I like a Phoenix occasionally. Stormkill Artisan gives us the treasures, as you know. Talaran gives us even more Drakes. Zaffi, Thunder Conductor. Let's just say we do lots of things with this. We mainly get the Scry and then get the occasional 4/4. Just leave it there. Archmage Runes cuts the cost down again, and then we get to draw a card. Caldoria Pyramore turns up in more and more of my decks at the moment, but this one's just good. When this creature, put +1/+1 on it when you cast an instant sorcery, and then this creature deals damage equal to its power to target opponent. Yeah, so basically if you can do this and cast something cheap, you're looking at maybe 4 damage, then 5 damage, then 6 damage, and people have to deal with it really quickly. So, yeah. Decat Fractal Theorist also comes in to chuck us around and give some fractal creature tokens. Magnus the Red from 40k comes in as well, because hopefully we'll get some creature tokens and make our instants and sorceries cost even less. And then whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a 3/3 red spawn creature token. Yeah, okay. One of the newer cards, Boomy King of the Three Trials, is in. When it enters, choose up to X, where X is the number of lesson cards in your graveyard. Yeah, you could get a lot of benefit off this guy when he comes in with this deck, believe you and me. Finally, because I want a little bit of fun and remember Strixhaven, it is coming back, so we'll see more lesson cards. So, you know, Iroh gets even better if, well, 6 months, 7 months time. This one comes into play. You can discard a card to return it to its hand. Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, you may play it by paying 1 rather than paying its mana cost. And if it's a land card, you get to put it on the battlefield. Or you can play it as a sorcery version, where you get to put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Then, if you control 8 or more lands, you get to, and you may discard a card. If you do, this goes back to your hand. Yeah, okay then. That sounds quite good. And then we come to Sorcery Land and Instant Land. And as you can imagine, most of these are lessons. So, Environmental Sciences, basic land in our hand, 2 life. Farseek to flashback. Fractal Summoning's a lesson as well. We get a really big fractal. Mercurial Transformation. Until the end of turn, target non-land permanent loses all abilities and becomes your choice of a blue frog creature with base power and toughness 1/1, or a blue octopus creature with base power and toughness 2/2. Yeah, okay then. Nature's Law for the ramp. Another bit of ramp that is also a lesson now coming in from Avatar, which I'm sure some of you played at the weekend. Shared Roots. Search your library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Yeah, okay then. Rampant growth, thank you. Yeah. Great, cheers. 3 visits, more ways of searching out. Basic Conjuration, look at the top 6 cards of your library, reveal a creature card from among them, put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of a random order, gain 3. Containment Breach also comes in, destroy target artifact or enchantment. If it's mana value 2 or less, you get a pest. Bye-bye Signets, bye-bye Soul Rings, you know the score. Expanded Anatomy, give something a whole pumping double +1/+1 counter and a bit of vigilance till the end of turn. Introduction to Prophecy, scry to draw card. Kodoma's Reach for the ramp. Start from scratch, 1 damage to any target, or, you know, destroy an artifact. I'm happy with that one. Teachings of the Arcanics comes in next. If an opponent has more cards in hand than you, draw 2. Draw 3 cards instead of a card. The opponent has at least 4 more cards in hand than you do. Yeah, okay then. Illuminate History, discard any number of cards and draw that many cards. Then if there are 7 more cards in our graveyard, you get a 3/2 Spirit. Elemental Summoning just gives us a 4/4 red-blue elemental. Introduction to Annihilation lets us exile target non-land permanent, and whoever's permanent we take out gets to draw a card. But, you know, if it's going to kill you, you might as well exile it. And then Mascot Expedition. 7 mana, you get an Inkling, a Spirit, and a 4/4 elemental. Sounds good to me. From there, the 3 instants are also lessons. We've got Abandon Attachments in, just so we can basically discard a card and draw 2. Accumulate Wisdom also comes in. Look at the top 3 cards of our library, 1 of them in a hand, the rest in the bottom of our library in any order. But, and this is a big but with this one, if we have 3 or more lessons in our graveyard, we get all 3 cards in our hand for 2 mana. Yeah, how many lessons just we just went through 18, 19, Yeah, yeah, we should be able to do that. Finally, Cycle of Renewal, the new version of Harrow, I suppose. Sacrifice the land, search your life for 2 basics, put them onto battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Artifacts wise, well, I wanted some ramp, so Tantalite Talisman are in along with Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. The Catalyst Stone cuts down the cost of our flashbacking entirely. Yep, and everyone else's costs more, so that's quite nice. Lightning Greaves to protect Iroh as alongside the boots. 1 of each of the talismans, the respective 3 colours, and then just so we've got an alternate backup win, Aetherflux Reservoir. We should be able to cast quite a few spells in a turn, especially if we're flashing back all our lessons for nothing, hopefully. And therefore, if we can do that, we should be able to get over 50 life quite easily to go and zap someone quite happily and take over the game that way. Couple of enchantments just for some fun. Rite of the Dragon Caller, because I just got to have a deck that has a dragon in it somewhere. It's my pure weak spot. Every single deck I have has something to do with dragons in it, and yeah, this one seemed to fit in here. Alongside 1,000 Year Storm, just so we can do the let's copy those instants and sorceries as we've done things. Lands-wise, nothing particularly fancy here. The usual selection of green, blue and red lands you'd expect to see in a deck such as this. The only thing I haven't played, and I'll be honest about it, I haven't played Thought Vessel, I haven't played a Reliquary Tower. I've left them out, mainly because we're not too worried of our instants. Well, if our spells go to our graveyard, because we can flash them back for 1. Yeah, so yeah, and that's where we are with this one. That's my take on Iroh, the Grand Lotus. Hope you've enjoyed it. There will be more Avatar stuff coming out this week. Tomorrow night, Tuesday night, I will be doing hopefully it's all up and running on MTGO. I'll be doing my usual new set, new draft thing as things stand at the moment. I'll get a post up on YouTube if it's not happening for whatever reason. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a message, let me read it, tell me what you think of the deck. And hit the cheer button to start the week off nicely with a lot of cheering, shall we? So for now, thanks for watching, take care. I'll be back tomorrow with another one, so have a good one. Bye bye.